We talked about moral sensibilities, meaning that the more that we can sense moral transgressions or being morally aligned to something, the more that those injustices or good deeds come apparent in our experience. There's some kind of being well versed in these concepts that makes them appear out more into the world, and that's what we call sensibilities. And today I want to go a little bit further into what a sensibility might be, because I think there's more than just this one idea that we went over yesterday. For example, if I sit down at a piano and I start playing it, you could say that I have a sensibility towards moving my fingers in order to interface with the piano in a way to make good sounds. Someone who hasn't played this before might have not exercised or gained that sensibility yet, but after practice, they might gain a sensibility towards being able to play the piano in a way that is harmonious. So we have both moral sensibility and we have kind of the skill-versed sensibility. And the question arises, what is common? What makes both sensibilities? And the thing that makes the most sense to me is that both of them have something that come out to them. When I'm in the world and I am morally conscious, some kind of injustice comes out to me, it makes itself present to me. When I'm sitting down at the piano, the music itself is presented to me in a way through my sensibility. So we have this kind of presentation that is common to both. One is grounded in kind of everyday life world, one is grounded in a particular setting at the piano. So I guess the basic kind of fundamental groundwork that we can maybe establish here is that there is a background and then there's a foreground. The background is kind of our being in the world, whether that's playing the piano or whether that's just out on the streets. The foreground is what is conscious in our mind, what we can be presented with and that we can logically think about. This idea, this example of having a background and a foreground is also known in computer programming. Actually, there is a concept called the context, where when you are writing a program, you have lines of execution that the program evaluates. However, there's also this thing called a context in programming, and the context is either an object or some kind of information that is passed down through the layers of programming that allows the executing program to execute code in a way that is in alignment with what is kind of in the context of the entire process. So just as a program has a context, you could say that our sensibilities listen to the context of the environment in order to act or evaluate a circumstance in a certain way. So I just wanted to go a little bit over what a sensibility might be. I'm not saying this is a clear definition, but just going one layer deep.